Chapter 9, Heat. Hello students. Have you ever felt warm while sitting in the sun, or seen steam rising from a cup of hot tea, or noticed how ice melts in your hand? All of this happens because of heat. In this chapter, we will learn what heat is, how it moves from one place to another, how it changes objects, and how we use it in our everyday life. Let's begin. What is heat? Heat is a form of energy. It always flows from something hotter to something colder. When we touch a hot object, we feel the heat because it flows into our hand. Example, a hot cup of tea has more heat than a cold glass of juice. So, heat moves from the tea to the air around it. That is why it cools down. Temperature and its measurement. What is temperature? Temperature shows us how hot or cold something is. It is a way to measure heat energy in an object. Measuring temperature. We use a thermometer to measure temperature. The most common scale is the Celsius scale, degree C. Water freezes at 0 degrees C and boils at 100 degrees C. So next time you're sick and your parents use a thermometer, remember you're measuring heat energy. Heat transfer, 3 modes. Heat moves from hot to cold objects in 3 different ways. Conduction. Heat moves through solids by touching. Example, a metal spoon. A metal spoon in hot soup gets warm. The heat travels from the soup to the spoon. Metals are good conductors of heat. Wood and plastic are poor conductors, so we use them as handles for hot utensils. Convection. Heat moves through liquids and gases by the movement of particles. Example, water in a pot gets hot from the bottom. The warm water rises. The warm water rises. The warm water rises and cold water sinks. This is how sea breeze and land breeze happen near the ocean. Radiation. Heat moves through empty space without touching anything. Example, we feel warm from the sunlight even though it travels through space. Dark or black surfaces absorb more heat from radiation. That is why we feel hotter in black clothes. Expansion due to heat. When we heat things, they expand. They become slightly bigger. When cooled, they contract. They shrink. Examples, metal wires become longer when heated. Bridges have small gaps called expansion joints, so they don't break when they expand on hot days. This is called thermal expansion. Practical applications of heat. We use heat in many ways every day. Thermometers use liquid expansion to show temperature. Cooking uses conduction and convection to prepare food. Hot water bags help reduce pain using heat. Solar cookers use sunlight radiation to cook food. In summer, we wear light colored clothes to stay cool. In winter, dark colored clothes help us stay warm. Understanding how heat works helps us use it smartly and safely. Conclusion. Let's review what we have learned. Heat is energy that flows from hot to cold. Temperature tells us how hot or cold something is. Heat travels by conduction, convection, and radiation. Heating causes expansion, and this is useful in many ways. Heat plays an important role in cooking, weather, health, and more. So, students, now when you feel hot, cold, or warm, you'll know science is at work.